Of course, it's a time where I bring in the world silver WBC champion, light champion, anajulikana kama Judy Waguthii. Ama ni Judy Waguthii? Judy Waguthii. Of course, is one of she is a Kenyan, for your information. Wale wanatazama hii kutoka Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, she is a Kenyan. Judy, you say that belt is on the line unless something happens. What is it?
I won it in Switzerland last year in May.
Yes.
And sijai defend bado, and
Yes.
For WBC wanakuanga na harsh rules.
Yes.
So when ikimaliza a whole year without sija defend, it will be vacant. So that is the worry in me.
Yani inamaanisha 1 year kiisha, let's say you won it in May, June.
Yeah, last year in May.
Ulishinda last in May. So which means in June,
end of May, yeah.
End of May kama hujapigana, your belt inaenda kwa market, inawekwa as
iko vacant. And
God.
It's a sad part, at least you lose a belt to the best boxer.
Yes.
Rather than ujapigana na imeenda tu. So it's a bit scary and it's sad at the same time.
Umeongea na kina nani? Of course, SportPesa nyinyi mna sponsor hii show na mna sponsor watu kama kina Fatuma Zarika. Then we have our own very Judy Waguthii. SportPesa mna watch show. Kuna Judy Waguthii hapa. So have you talked to some other people who definitely have at least wamekupatia morale, usi lose hope in terms of going to at least retain it, ubaki nayo?
Not yet. Venye nilirudi after winning the best sport personality of the month,
yeah.
I was out there, so I thought kitu ita happen, of which nothing happened. So, and at that time hata sisi tulijaribu to knock doors, kutafuta sponsors, but we didn't get a good feedback. So we're just there waiting and hoping.
Who currently, right now, of course, you have people who train you, you have gyms that support you. Ni kina nani hao? Ukiwa mention unajua utasikia poa. Ndio watu wajue pia wewe unakwanga gym, una trainingi. Wasikuona tu umevaa hivyo wakafikiria ati wewe si boxer. Because of course we have my director uko na picha za Waguthii, wezi mwangusha chini.
In action,
in action ukifanya training. Who are these people, your trainers, hizo gyms zinakutana kina nani hao? I mean,
who train na Difaba amateur boxers. Unini wao anaitwa head coach wao anaitwa Sami Magema, but ni team kubwa, they have like 3-4 coaches, but most of the time me deal na the head coach ndio anaitwa Sami Magema. And my husband, he's actually my manager. Yeah, so
good job mzee.
Thanks, yeah. And in the Faba team, actually I feel at home. I train with youngster, ni vijana wametoka military training, so it's usually hard training there, but at the end of the day I feel the love and the family, but there is not much they can do. It's just what they can do is just to offer me good training. I have good training and good sparring partners. Juu kwa gym kichapo nao mupata kwa sparring with those youngsters kichapo mupata, but there is not much they can do.
What have you done? Umefanya nini kuanzia May? After you won that particular belt, of course kulikuwa na sherehe. What has happened between now and then?
I guess it's the shock. I think the shock took long. Yeah. Chances of winning abroad zinakuanga tight, very slim. Inakuanga like 1% in 100. So to win a belt in Switzerland on unanimous decision, actually I didn't knock out the opponent. Just the judges, the 3 judges were like, okay, well, the Kenyan lady, she won 100 out of 90. So to come back home, it was a shock, and it's like I started boxing in 2006, so it was like 10 years plus of work. So I guess I was in honeymoon for long with the belt.
Kawaida.
Yeah, but we are just hoping, and the year has just started, so tuna hope for the best.
Watu wa boxing yetu ya federation hapa wanasema nini? What are they saying? Because you see, they can't just be sitting in the office and you are struggling alone and they're in charge of those offices. Have you approached them? Wanasema nini? Why is it kaa tukweza ofisi na watu wa federation boxing?
The office actually, they usually tell us their job ni ku-sanction fight. It's you to find the sponsor, ukuje uambie ndaeka fight siku fulani, ama something like that. So and currently we don't have promoters. Promoters pia, the shows went down. It just last year, show ya SportPesa that it was on point. And now people are afraid to put up fights, shady fights I would say. After the standard yenye SportPesa walieka, so people are a bit afraid. And also WBC, it's a bit expensive I would say.
Yeah.
It's a bit expensive. Juu lazima tulipie belt, lazima to let an official for WBC and then to get my opponent na pass yake. So that's why keep off the promoters without sponsors.
So
it's a big budget.
Now WBC, as in them, is just to also sanction fights. They are not coming through for you to try and say, hey, huyu msichana ana hizi vitu.
They don't. Even for them, it's a business because once I tell them I defended the belt, I have to pay for the belt. Kuna hiyo sanction fee. It's almost $3,000. After that, lazima watume representative wao. So even them, they are for the business. And the WBC is the best belt in the world, actually.
It is, yes.
So it's on high demand. So hata hao wako na hiyo they feel comfortable. Like they can't chip in. It's like if you can't do it, give someone who can.
How much would you need? How much would you need for a boxing fight? As of course, najua director anataka kunipigia maneno kwa masikio. How much will you need, or how much is needed for you to organize? How much in totality? Because this show inawachiwa na watu SportPesa. I can assure you for that.
It's a bit tricky. Sijai kuwa sponsor, but to start, to break it down,
yes.
I need to pay for the belt. Yes. It's usually $5,000.
$2,500, about $300 ya Kenya, yes.
And then I get a WBC official, yes. That is air ticket and accommodation.
Plus,
then plus opponent na
accommodation and ticket, na
team yake. Usually for big fights, title fights unakuanga na two. They usually come three: the boxer, the cutman, and the coach.
Yes.
So that's how it is.
So plus, about 2 million, 3 million, yes.
Plus sasa na hiyo yako. My cut.
Yes, sasa yako inakuja kama 3 million.
Yeah.
SportPesa mtakosa 3 million plus ya kupatia Judy Waguthii.
Yeah, and for
but
them,
have you approached it? Perhaps hawaja kuona. Maybe watu wa SportPesa hawaja kuona. How many people have you approached as we just wind up in 30 seconds?
For SportPesa, I guess it's a bit tricky. Anyway, it's them to come to me. They already have Zarika.
Yes.
But it would be lovely to fight on the same card like 2 WBC.
Yes.
Zarika is a WBC champion. I can raise for her like WBC silver champion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Na msichana alienda juzi, nakumbuka last week alipelekwa UK
for training camp.
Na wewe pia unapelekwa training.
Hopefully, yeah.
So unaambia nini mafans in 10 seconds?
What I can tell my fans is I'm hoping for the best, and I'm sure something will happen.
It will.
Here in Kenya, and they can see the talent in me, because I believe after winning the belt, the motivation ilipanda juu. So my training, my skills zimepanda.
Okay.
So if they see me on the ring, they'll be happy and impressed.
Kuna mtu umeona boxer ambaye unataka kufight naye in 10 seconds? Kuna boxer najua usha sport mwenye unaweza mleta for that belt? You haven't
yet. But everyone wants a belt, so to get an opponent is
it's
the easy part. To get the fans is the way it's tricky.
Sawa. Judy Waguthii, if you like, hivyo ndo wanasemaga huko nyumbani. Watu wa Kirinyaga County wanaelewa hiyo Waguthii vizuri. Kama sijasema vizuri mnisamee, natoka huko watu wa Shimalabandu. So but thank you very much. She is the champion of the Silver Light WBC. Yeye ni champion as in World Boxing Council. That is of course the cream de la cream of the boxing in her category. She needs just your sponsorship, so at least you can get an opponent, bring them here, fight and win it and retain that title. Watu wa SportPesa mmenisikia. Thank you very much for making time. Wale ambao mna partner na mnashughulika kusaidia Waguthii, keep up the good job. We appreciate you. Will support you all the way until she boxes by May. This of course is K24 Sports Hub. Many